What's happening, everybody? Mike here from OCD Unlocked. I'd like to talk to you today about behavior change. So much of us know that we need it somehow because maybe we're going through life and every now and again we get a fright, we get a scare, we get extremely anxious. Maybe if you're like me, sometimes the day creeps up where OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, just absolutely kicks your ass. For me, my OCD is kind of like a reminder I'm not doing something particular. Maybe I lost track of my breathing routines, or my nutrition's down the toilet, or I wasn't hydrated enough, cortisol levels are up, and I stress out a little bit more. But I want to talk to you about how to go about change and why people don't change until the last minute. You know, they go to the doctors and they find out that they've got 2 months to live because they're completely morbidly obese. Their cholesterol and everything else is, you know, pushing the boundaries of their physical capacity to live. And next thing you know, their emotion highway is completely jacked, full of cortisol, full of all kinds of hormones that's getting them stimulated because, you know, they've just had a newborn, they want to stay alive for, you know, that precious girl or boy, and then they go to the gym. That is a lot of work to undo. Or maybe you've had it to your wits end, maybe you look healthy on the outside, but what's actually happening on the inside in your mindset is you're on the brim of breaking down to absolute nothingness. You're about to disintegrate from the inside out. So what is happening? Why do we need to get to this place in order to do something different outside of the normal in our life? The thing is, these things take us out of our automated system, our autonomic day-to-day processes that we are so familiar with and we're so comfortable with. Comfort being the key word. We are essentially addicted to the very emotions and the chemicals, the neurochemistry made in ourselves. Even if it is something that we technically don't want to feel, like anger, sadness, anxiety, we are addicted to the way that we feel. Emotions. Emotions is energy in motion. So essentially we're getting a fluctuation or just a neurochemical cocktail of goodies that is technically just energy. And for a lot of us that feels good. You know, it's better than not feeling at all, because essentially emotions are what drive us. They direct us. So apparently emotion in Latin is to distract. So another way to give you an example is, let's say you're driving along, someone cuts you off in traffic and you just lose your shit. But what is the emotion do you think that person is experiencing? For that person to then go and, you know, try cut the other person off, what emotion do you reckon they're feeling if they're completely pissed? You think it'd be anger, yeah? Now, if anger wasn't driving it, do you think that they would feel the urge to go cut the person off? If that person instead was humbly grateful and they just thought, wow, like, that person just showed me that, you know, I'm pretty chill today. Like, I feel pretty good. You know, I can't imagine what they're going through to have to speed and rage on the road like that. So do you think coming from a place of gratitude would make you act in a way to go cut the person off? All these things are emotions. They're guiding us. They're directing us. Some are resourceful. Some are just absolute crap that don't serve you in any way. However, the unfortunate thing is we're addicted. We're familiar with the patterns that we're running on a day-to-day basis. Another example, what I mean by familiar with and we're running with on a day-to-day basis is, let's say you wake up, same time, you get out of the bed, same side, you eat the same breakfast, you brush your teeth with your same hand, you go to work on the same route, you drive the same car, you meet the same people, and you've got all these subconscious triggers firing off the exact same emotions. So how are you supposed to feel any different? Alright, so you've got about 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, or at least the average person does. And if you think about the brain has approximately 100 million bits of information processing every single second. So if that's the entire brain, and then you've got our conscious mind, the average conscious mind processes about 2,000 bits of information per second. So what the heck is the other millions of bits of information processing? What could that be? It is essentially keeping you, well, one, from dying. It's also automating the way that you walk. Imagine having to learn how to walk every single day. It's giving me the ability to talk to you guys while I'm driving and have complete focus on the road. I'd like to say complete focus. So all those bits of information, at least some of them, is definitely going to be filled with neural circuits, patterns in your brain that have accumulated. So memories, which are neurons, they've been connected together to make circuits. Now these circuits are known as habits. Alright, so this is essentially to get more efficiency out of your brain and your body. Now, as much as not needing to learn how to walk every single day is handy, to react the same way in a negative way, in a unresourceful way, in a way that you get to, you get back to the kitchen after you visit someone in their office and you just absolutely spill everything out to them, you swear, you curse, and you get back and you think, why the hell did I do that? What the hell? So, what's happening is you've got subconscious patterns running. You need to identify with these, and you need to come up with a more resourceful emotion to hit this with. Now, getting back to the first point, why does it take such a big thing, a drastic measure, a traumatic event to take place in our life to change? It's because when that happens, it is completely different to your automatic day, your day-to-day basis, which is running the same thoughts, the same feelings, and the same behaviors. Now, once you do something different, that event has just put you almost into like a bird's eye view of what's happening. Because you're no longer sitting in your subconscious mind, you can actually, in a way, if it's a traumatic event, in a way it's a blessing, because it's actually taking you out of your body for a second, almost like a, hey, wake up, and it's letting you see what's happening. Some people take advantage of this, some people don't. And that's not to say that all these events have to be traumatic or disastrous. You can also have the most liberating moment. You might go on holiday, you might see the most amazing scene, you might have the most amazing moment with your partner that brings you to tears. And for that moment, it again brings you out of your body and it makes you act in a different way, like, holy crap, I see a whole new light. I see so much more in myself. I feel so much more gratitude. So these big events that cause, I'm not going to say chemical imbalance, but an altered state of being that you're not used to. I'm trying to play around with the words here, so maybe I can click some buttons or push some buttons to make sense for you. I really hope that makes sense. So essentially, any big event to take place is taking you out of your body in a way to let you see what's actually happening. This is why it takes things to happen such as this for people to change, but you can do it before. And how to do it is just by realizing that you can, and you're in an automated system. Your body is doing you a favor. However, a lot of patterns and programs are really not resourceful, and you can change them. You have the power to change them. And it all starts with the way you think. The way you think influences the way you feel. The way you feel influences the way you act. Alright, and the way you act is going to give you a certain experience, and that experience is going to make you feel a certain way, and that feeling is going to make you think a certain way. So it really starts with your thought, and you can really evoke that and influence that, compound it with the act, the behavior. You might not get the feeling initially, and it might feel uncomfortable. You're in the world of the unknown. All right, you think and then act and you don't feel it. It feels weird. But please, if you can think of a way to become more resourceful and to act in a way that you know is beneficial, you consciously know that it's beneficial and it's going to make you feel better, try it. Please do, and the results will come. It's tough. I can agree to that. I can attest. But you can do it. You have the power. Okay? I hope that gives a little bit of light on, you know, how much it really takes for people to change. And behavior change is hard. Alright? It's literally on a cellular level, it's uncomfortable. Neurons are detaching and memories are fucking going out the door. It's uncomfortable. I'd love to go into a bit more detail in a later video, but that's it for me today. Please don't let it get to the last minute. Hell, if you have a good experience, so much better, but I don't want anyone to get to a traumatic or disastrous experience or event for them to change. Alright, I wish the best for everybody. I love you all to bits and pieces. Peace out. Till the next video.